Right. Let's go for it. A little bit more freedom of movement today, so let's start with going for that more freedom of movement in the body as well. Let's start with feet hip width apart, finding that lovely relaxed upright positioning through the body, feeling the feet connection to the ground, the floor, softening the ankles and knees, coming into the hips, softening the hips, sending the tailbone down towards the floor, opening up that nice area in the small of the back, so sending those hands down there, double checking that it's nice and relaxed. And then imagine each vertebrae in your spine floating, it's just like one of those magic air things, so they're all floating between each other, beautifully lined up on a string. And then you've got your head, which is supported by heaven, so nice and relaxed from there on downwards, through the neck, through the shoulders, lovely relaxed arms, feeling sort of fluid in the elbows and the wrists, and feeling some nice heaviness in the fingers, allowing the hands to drop down at the side of the body, and even on your middle two small fingers, just touching the sides of your legs if you can, and just feel the light grazing of those fingers in that area of your leg. It's very good, very qigong point of connecting circulation and improving circulation. All right, so nice breath in. We'll bring the hands round onto the dantien, 2 fingers below the belly button, feeling a nice beautiful connection between the hands, palms, and dantien. Bringing our focus down into that area, feeling the warmth of the belly, the warmth of our palms, and feeling a warmth in the feet as well. That area just behind the balls of the feet. There's a slight concave from the floor. Feeling that airiness in there, that warmth and vibration, our bubbling well, bubbling spring. I always say well, bubbling spring. I think because we have roots going down into the floor, I always think of a well rather than the spring, but there you go. So let's bring those hands around the dantien, breathing in, breathing out, sinking down, breathing in, drawing up. We're going to do this 3 times, so that's number 2. And 3, bring into stillness, and back the other way, drawing the breath in deeply, finding the measure of breath with movement, nice and soft in the shoulders, soft in the elbows, and finish, completion. Bring the palms back over dantien. Imagine the dantien is like the Milky Way, but like its own celestial space, bigger than the TARDIS, full of energy. A few more moments, just breathing in, relaxing, feeling the connection with the earth, relaxation, shoulders, and jaw. Ooh, that's good. And now release the hands back down to the side. We'll open our eyes. Big in breath, bring the hands up over the head. And on the out breath, imagine that energy flowing down from the universe through the body down to the earth. Do this another time. Breathing in. This time we're going to send the energy as it comes down through our crown, down the front of our faces, through our neck, so in front of the chest, stomach, and front of the legs. Breathing in again. Just collecting in the stars. This time we're going to breathe out. As we breathe out, we're going to send that energy down the back of our heads, down the back of our shoulders, spine. down the buttocks, down into the back of the legs, into the floor. Wonderful. A great way to start. Shake the legs. Yeah. Bringing the feet together. We're going to go into doing the arm swing. So bringing the weight onto the one side, nice and secure. Pick up the empty leg, send it out a little bit wider. As wide as is comfortable. I'm going to bring mine out a little bit wider, so we're going to horse stance. Bring the weight across into the middle, and then sit down in your hips. Soft knees, soft ankles. Check the knees and ankles are in alignment, and really feel a sort of opening up or relaxation, a rounding in the hip area. Okay. If that's a bit wide for you, bring the feet in. If it's a little bit on the if it's a bit close, send it out a bit. All you need to do is just shuffle through your heel and through your toes till you're into a place that you're comfortable in. Send that tailbone down towards the floor, feeling like one of those hoops in a croquet match. Okay, we're going to bring the weight on the one side and the other. I'm actually going to do hip rotation, and then I'm going to swing the arms. I think today makes sense. Bring the hands onto the hips, the thumbs into the dimples. So you're just going to take the weight across from one side to the other. And just feel that relaxation. Feel it. Nice and relaxed. There's that nice little bit of warmth maybe. Just got my dog staring up at me then. Then we're going to bring that weight around to the heels and then send it to the toes. So we're going to do a circling with a dantien, keeping that tailbone pointing towards the floor, keeping the hips nice and level. And finding a relaxation in the hips and the spine. Nice and loose in the shoulders. And the head is poised on top. Allow that head to relax, allow the neck muscles to relax, the jaw, allow the head to rise upwards with no effort. Okay, bring that to a stillness, and we're going to go back the other way, so across the toes, back into the heels. Breathe deeply, feeling the movement, keeping the tailbone pointing towards the floor, keeping the hips nice and level. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to bring that to a stillness. And so remember the tailbone, keeping the tailbone pointed towards the floor. We're going to loosen up those arms now, and we're going to concentrate on the shoulders being nice and loose, and the arms like strings from those shoulders. So we're going to move in the belly slightly. You can move the hip forward, backwards slightly, but you can't do an awful lot. And the knees and the ankles are all in alignment. So there's no stress on the knees. When we move, we're not twisting the knee. We're just moving backwards and forwards. So there's a slight opening in that hip. So it's a hip movement rather than a knee movement, very important. So we're going to do a slight turn of this sternum one way and then the other, and just settle down, sink down into your hips, and the further down you sink, the less movement there is actually in the legs themselves, and just allow those arms to flow with movement. So the shoulders are nice and relaxed at the sides of your body. So there's no overextension in the hips or in the shoulders. Shoulders and hips are the same. So we're mirrors of each other, keeping that tailbone pointing down. Sink down a little more if you like. And then part of my earlier training was how would you like it? You know, pizza or spaghetti? The spaghetti is nice and easy, so spaghetti would be right up here, so you're just removing the arms a bit, and then pizza would be rather a strong spicy pizza, so you take the tailbone down towards the floor, and then you're working a lot harder. That's nice. So Slowly bringing the body back upwards, bringing those arms slightly nice and small, and then just shuffle inwards with your toes and your heels until you're nice in shoulder width apart, and then bring it all nice and slowly to a close. Cool, wonderful. Okay, give the legs a bit of a shake. Okay, we're going to now do, I think we did this last week. Yes, push mountain, a little earlier. So we're going to 45 degrees, bringing the weight into the one side, empty leg, send it forwards. So you've got a nice L-shaped on two alternate parts of that square. And we'll bring the weight backwards and forwards, keeping that tailbone pointing towards the floor, so it's nice and even from one side to the other. Checking the knees and toes are in alignment. You should still be able to see the toe over the knee when you move forwards, so there's no great movement. And then the hips again are nice and open, and the body upright on the hips, and it's nice smooth horizontal movement in the hips. Okay, so we're going to draw the energy up in a big in-breath, turn the shoulders and hands over, and then push the mountain. So nice and loose, really feel that energy flowing out of the palms. Feel this a nice sort of warmth in your hips, in your legs, hopefully. Nice breathing in. Bring it all the way up to your hip, up to your heart. Turn the shoulders over. And then breathe out, feeling that energy flowing out from your palms. One last one. We're going to turn now into a punch. So we're going to bring this hand back and go straight into the punch without doing the fishing. Bring the palm into a fist, palm face upwards. This hand is hiding everything. We're going to do that lovely movement we've just been practicing from the one leg to the other. And as we come forwards, we're going to bring the one hand back and send the other one out to the side in a punch, turning over. So now palm facing towards the floor. That's it, a couple more times. And you can almost feel it. Feel the whole body movement. So there's a hip movement, slight waist movement, and the shoulder movement. All very gradual, all moves on top of each other, easily flowing. Keep an eye, keep feeling your knees. The knees should be feeling perfectly okay, nicely in line. There we go. One last one. Woo, brilliant. Bring in the weight back onto the back leg and step in. Just going to turn sideways, move sideways, 45-degree angle. Leg step to the side, out forwards, and we're going to move from one side to the other, keeping everything nice and comfortable. I'm going to draw that weight in, keep that tailbone pointed towards the floor, keeping the body nicely stacked on top of the hips. I almost feel it like a vibration through the hands. So you move up, opening up through the shoulders, move forwards, moving the mountain, opening up in the back hip. Bring the weight to the back, turn the hands over, send the weight forwards, finish off with the hands. Okay, now we're going to go for that punch. So into a fist, palm face upwards. Right hip tucked into your rib cage. You're going to bring the weight forwards, turn slightly so you're facing forwards, and then send the one hand out and the other hand in. Lovely. And one more. Oh, we're doing one more. One more again. And fantastic. And release and relax. Whilst the weight is in the front, move the back leg so it's facing forwards. Bring the weight over, empty leg can then be brought back in. Okay. My dog was ill last night, so I'm just checking he's okay. Don't want any on-screen action there from him. Right, okay. So, done the push mountain. We're going to do the stepping like we did last week. So we're going to bring the heel off the floor with the hand and drop it back down. Feet hip width apart. So let's do this and bring the foot off the floor and place it down. And feel that nice connection between the hand and the foot, the knee and the elbow, the hip and the shoulder. Change the weight, nice and secure, then lift the foot off and place it back down. Change, up and change. Brilliant. So let's do what we were doing last week again with the silk reeling. We'll just do the one hand, turning it upwards, down the middle, just over that side of the body, and then down to the heel, heel of the hand pointing outwards, turning through the shoulder to the ear, and then out to the diagonal. That could be on the hip. Very much like we did last week. And forwards. Feel the movement all the way through the shoulder. The shoulder is the one that's actually doing most of the movement here. The elbow and the wrist are following. Okay, change sides. Turn the hand over, bringing it down, heel out at the hip, turning through the shoulder, bringing the hand to the back of the ear, and then forwards. More times. I think he wants a star and roll today. There we go. Let's do both hands now. So opening all the way up through the shoulders, bring the one hand to the ear, and then one hand down and the other hand forwards. The weight goes with the hand that's forward in this case. So bringing the weight across, the hand that's going forwards, opening up under the ear, and then change the weight across the body. So hand is with the open palms in the front. Now we're going to pick up the back leg, place it forwards, send the weight forwards, turn, pick up the empty leg, place, drop the foot down, feel a relaxation through the ankle, and then send the weight forwards. And one more. Okay, I'm going to go backwards now. Hope you've got enough room. So we've drawn the weight back. Now we'll bring the foot back, place it, send the weight towards the back. This is called warding off the monkey. So pushing away all those erroneous thoughts, unhelpful thoughts. Anything you want to get out of your mind, you just push it away. One last one, if you've got the room. Lovely, and finish there. Actually might do some Bagua next week. I was looking at that somewhere. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I need a chair though. I'll bring my stool in and we can do some Bagua to a stool. Right, so we're just going to do the form now, and then we'll do painting the fence and finish with a bit of dantien. And that'll be quite nice. So getting into the form, feet hip width apart. We're going to go all the way to the silk reeling part. So nice and relaxed, down into the floor, tailbone pointing towards the floor. And allow the hands to rise upwards. Off we go. Bring the hands back and back down to dantien. One hand in one, the hands in one direction, the weight in the other. Turn the hands over, change the weight, change the hands. Little turn of the empty leg. Change the weight and step forwards. Bring the hands down. And get ready for the pounds mortar. Up we go, and drop. One hand up, one hand down. And pick the leg up, place to the side, hand up, one hand down. Draw the hands apart, ready for teapot, and teapot. Hand comes up, back and down, to the ear, ready for push mountain. Push the mountain, cross the wrists, bird's beak, slightly off screen. Opening up the legs, hand up to the bird's beak, draw across, correcting that foot there, and sit down. As the silk relay, turn to the oblique, and thank you, Alfie. Step. Actually, we'll do one more Buddha attendant pounds mortar, picking the leg up with the arm and placing back down again. Bringing the hands up and over the shoulders, and then drawing, sending all that energy back down into the floor. Okay, let's do that another time. Feet hip width apart. And the other side. Let's get into it, and hands in one direction, weight in the other. Maybe feel the subtle changes of weight from one foot to the other as you swirl your arms and sit down teapot. We find a moment to open up those hips as we've been exercising, the way that we've been exercising. Sinking down. Again, leg movement, opening, whatever is comfortable for you. Up. And place down, opening up through the body, and the hands just above shoulder height, and sink that energy back down into the floor. Cool, lovely. These dogs staring at me. I'm going to do a turnaround this time, and then we can follow my back. All right, feet hip width apart. Here we go. And bring everything down into the floor. And relax. Awesome. Okay, we'll do a little bit of push, give those legs a bit of a shake actually. I was feeling so I was doing some deeper stances than usual. I was feeling a little bit more warmth in that upper area. Okay, so we are going to have the feet hip width apart. Bring one hand up, the other hand down. And feel the into our arms, feel into our shoulders. Keep that tailbone pointed towards the floor, so we're nice and relaxed in the hips, knees and ankles. Breathing into dantien. You can close your eyes for this one, it's easier to feel the weight transfer, the weight changes. Feel the nice openness and relaxation in the shoulders. So allow that energy to flow easily through opened shoulders, elbows and wrists, all the way to the fingertips. Okay, relaxing back down into the body, allowing the hips to relax a little bit further. Softer in the hips, softer in the knees, softer in the ankles, feel that connection. As though a string is holding your head from the heavens, the whole body is lovely and relaxed. Okay, so this hand is now becoming quite heavy, so allow this hand to float down towards the floor, the other hand floats upwards. Turn the hands over, and then allow the whole of this one to go really heavy, allow it to go down towards the floor. Change the wrists. Breathing with that exercise. Okay. Really send your senses into your arms, into your feet, into the floor, up into the heavens through your head. Allow the shoulders to remain lovely and relaxed, the neck long, the jaw relaxed. Feel the softness in the eyes, softness in the feet. Actually, it's a really infinitesimally small movement in the top of the body. There's a full body movement. You can only see the hands moving, but everything in the body is moving in cooperation, synchronized with the movement in the hands. Okay, bring those hands down together, opening the eyes. Send the hand forwards and backwards. And then really feel your energy gathering, pooling into your dantien, your storehouse. And then we'll discharge down into the floor. Lovely. Bringing yourself upwards, empty foot, bring it in, and then give that a shake. Okay. I'm very inclined, how I will do it, because I am inclined to do this. We're going to do a bit of that moving the hands apart, nice bit of qigong. So feet hip width apart again. Bring those hands in towards each other. See if you can feel the energy between palms. Breathe into that space and feel the electricity that you create from breathing into that space between the hands. Almost like there's something physical there, you can almost feel it, you can bounce your hands off it, there's a solidity between the hands. Okay, so as we breathe in, we connect with that and then allow it to expand outwards, pushing the hands out, so there's no effort in the hands at all. And then full breath, and then on the out breath, a nice slow release of air as the hands come back together and the size of that energy between the palms is reduced. So breathing in. Sometimes the hands might go wider, sometimes not so far. Keeping the hips nice and relaxed. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. I'm going to go one more time. Alright, bringing the hands down now, like turning over into dantien. You move, light movement in the hips, opening the eyes, and send it all down into the ground. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do that again. So bringing the arms upwards, breathing in, just collecting the stars. Breathing out, allowing that electricity to flow through your body into the floor. One more time. Lovely. And bring the weight over to one side, empty leg, bringing it in. And we'll do a salute. And salute. And relax. Thank you.